You've seen the name everywhere this month, DeepSeek Harness, one of the fastest growing projects GitHub has ever seen. Over 190,000 stars in under 2 weeks. That's people bookmarking it. Here's the thing, it isn't a model. No smarter brain, no new benchmark. It's the scaffolding that runs one. And that scaffolding decides more than you'd think. What the model remembers, what it's allowed to run, when it stops. Get it right, and the same model gets noticeably smarter. So today, we set it up on Windows 11, start to finish. One command installs it. We connect DeepSeek V4 through OpenRouter, a few cents, no subscription. Then we build a Kanban board, a to-do list laid out as columns you drag cards across, and we watch every step it took. After that, 2 modes most people never switch on, PTC mode and Creator mode, where it builds new features into itself. And at the end, the honest part, where this isn't ready yet and what that means before you move real work onto it. I checked everything here on a live install this week. Let's go. How much does that layer matter? Terminal Bench is a public test where AI agents do real terminal tasks. On its leaderboard, the same model, GPT 5.5, scores 66% in one harness and 84% in another. Same brain, 18 points apart. DeepSeek built theirs on one rule: everything is a plugin, a piece you can snap in or swap out. The model connection, every tool, the interface, even the loop in the middle. Swap any of them without editing the program itself. That's what makes 3 things possible today. Swap the brain for any model you like, see every step it took, and ask it to build a feature into itself. Let's install it. Press Windows plus X and click Terminal. Before we install anything, one check. Node.js is the engine the harness runs on. Type node space -- version and press Enter. If your terminal says Node is not recognized, there's a full Node.js video linked in the description. Set it up and come back. Mine says v24.18. Anything from 24 up is fine. If yours starts with 22, look at the middle number. It has to be 19 or higher. Anything else, update to the current LTS. That's the long-term support version, the one the Node site recommends. The Node video walks through it. Now the install. npm is the installer that came with Node. Type npm install space -g space @deepseek-ai /dsh. Press Enter. That -g means global. It installs the harness once for your whole PC, not per project. Give it a minute to download. Finished. One more thing before we start the harness, an empty folder for today's demo. Type mkdir space Kanban dashboard and press Enter. That's just a folder. The harness isn't in it. Now start the harness. Type dsh space web and press Enter. It doesn't matter which folder you're in. We picked the project folder inside the app, and you can add one for every project you have. And it opens your browser on its own. Look at the address bar, 127.0.0.1, port 3080. That's your own PC, and the port is just a door number on it. Nothing here is reachable from outside. A notice comes up first. Read it and click Continue. Then it asks for a DeepSeek API key, a password that lets a program use a service on your behalf. Now, you might be thinking, why not DeepSeek's own key? You can. I'm using OpenRouter instead. One key covers hundreds of models, DeepSeek's included. It takes a normal card, and it gives you a cost page we'll check later. So click Configure Later. Open a new tab and go to openrouter.ai. Sign in. Google or GitHub both work. In the sidebar, click API Keys, then the New Key button, top right. Name it Harness and click Create. Click the copy icon, the little square to the right of the key, right now. OpenRouter only shows this key once. One more stop. Click Credits, then Add Credits. It's pay per use. $5 is plenty, and you'll see why in a minute. Back to the Harness tab. Click Settings. It's at the bottom left of the sidebar, then Models. Click Add Provider and pick OpenRouter from the list. Click into the API key box and press Ctrl-V to paste your key. Now the model. Open Customize Settings and add a model. Type the ID exactly. It's in the description, so you can copy it from there. DeepSeek /DeepSeek-V4 Flash -0731. That's the newest Flash. Tokens are how AI counts text, and this one holds over 1 million of them in mind at once, several novels worth. It costs 14 cents for every 1 million tokens you send it. You'll see what that means in a minute. Give it a display name too, DeepSeek V4 Flash, so it's easy to spot later. Click Apply. There's also a Fetch Available Models button here, but it dumps nearly 300 models with no search box. Typing one ID is faster. One more button here, add a custom provider. That takes any service that talks the way ChatGPT's does. A model on your own PC or OmniRoute from our other video, which runs this same model for free. Link in the description. Close settings. Click Choose Workspace. Here's the part people miss. A normal Windows folder window opens, called Select Workspace Directory, but it opens behind the browser. Nothing seems to happen. Look at the taskbar and click it there. Go to your user folder, click the Kanban dashboard folder once, and click Select Folder. A workspace is just the folder it's allowed to work in. One per project, all listed in this sidebar. The message box is live, with the controls right under it. Bottom right, it already says DeepSeek V4 Flash, but that's DeepSeek's own provider, the one we skipped. Click it, click Model, and pick DeepSeek V4 Flash under OpenRouter. Now it's using your key. Mode stays on Standard, and Permissions, leave it on Workspace right. Inside this folder, it works on its own. If it wants to change anything outside it, it asks you first. That's the whole setup. Let's build something. Click into the message box. Here's the prompt. It's in the pinned comment. Press Ctrl-V to paste it. Create a Kanban board in a single file called kanban.html. 3 columns. To do, in progress, done. I can add a card by typing a title and pressing Enter, drag cards between columns, and delete a card. Save everything to local storage so it survives a reload. Plain HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. No frameworks, no build step. Press Enter. Watch. First, a think card, the model's own notes before it touches anything. Then a write card, that's the file landing in your folder. Then it reads its own file back, spots a problem, and rewrites it. Every action shows up as a card, as it happens. This takes a minute or two with Flash. And it's finished. Let's check it actually works. Press Windows and E to open File Explorer. The folder's in your user folder. That's where the terminal started. Open Kanban dashboard and double-click kanban.html. And there it is, 3 columns. Type a card title and press Enter. Drag it over to In Progress. Now press F5 to reload the page, and it's still there. That's local storage doing its job. The browser's own storage, no server needed. Now look at the bottom of the harness. That bar is the receipt. Turns, steps, time, tokens in, tokens out, and the cache hit rate. That last one is how much it reused instead of rereading. Want it in money? Switch to the OpenRouter tab and click Activity in the sidebar. Total spend, $0, 0 cents. It rounds down. 55,000 tokens, 5 requests, and it doesn't reach a cent. So that's the deal. The harness is free, the model is metered, and at Flash prices, a whole board costs less than a cent. Now the part I'd want even if the harness did nothing else. At the top, next to chat, click Trajectory. This is every event from that session in order, not a summary, the actual record. Click the first one. That's the system prompt, the instructions the harness handed the model before you typed a word. Read it, it names the model, and it names your folder. Scroll down and click a tool called This Write. 3 tabs, Summary, Preview, Raw. The exact call it made, the file it produced, and the result that came back. Click an assistant step, one of the model's own thinking steps, and you get its reasoning, the tokens it used, and the time. If the board had come out wrong, this is where you'd find out why. Which file it read, which one it skipped, what we told it, and it's yours. Top right, click Session Log. Your browser saves a zip. Inside is one file, with every event from this session on your own disk. Back to chat. If this is useful so far, hit the like button. It genuinely helps this channel. Now, 2 modes. Both change how the harness works, not what it can do. The first one is about speed, and you'll see the difference in the same trajectory view. Click New Session, same workspace. Then click the mode and switch from Standard to PTC mode. Here's what changes. In Standard mode, every action is one round trip. Read a file, wait. Write a file, wait. PTC stands for Programmatic Tool Calling. In PTC mode, the model writes a small program that uses its tools and runs the whole thing in one go. So let's give it a job with several steps. The prompt's in the pinned comment. Press Ctrl-V to paste it. Split kanban.html into index.html, style.css, and app.js. Add a dark mode toggle in the header. Add a priority label, low, medium, or high, on every card. Keep everything working. Press Enter. Now watch the cards. They look different. Each one says code, with the tool call tucked underneath it. That's a program the model wrote, running in one go. And watch it stumble. First it calls a tool directly, red card, unknown tool. It reads the error and switches to a program. That's the harness doing its job. The mistake shows up, the model corrects it, and you see both. Give it a moment. There we go. 3 new files, and the old one's still there. Back in File Explorer, double-click index.html. Dark mode toggle, top right. A priority badge on every card. Click one, and it cycles. And the cards still drag. Now look at the bar at the bottom and compare. The first board took 4 steps. This one took 9, and more than twice the input tokens. So for a job this small, PTC mode costs more, not less. Here's where it pays off. The last card. One program that lists every file and reads one back. 2 calls, 1 round trip. On 100 files, that's the difference between 100 round trips and 1. That's the trade. Small jobs, stay on standard. Big, repetitive jobs, switch. Now the one nobody expects. One detour first, because it explains what creator mode even is. Click Settings, then Plugins, then the Plugin List tab. Give it a moment, it reads every plugin installed. There we go, over 100 of them. Type directory in the search box. That folder picker from earlier, it's a plugin. The model settings, the chat, the sidebar, all plugins. That's the whole app. And creator mode writes new ones. Close settings. Back to chat and click New Session again. Mode, Creator. Read the description next to it. Runtime inspection, plugin experiments. In plain words, the agent can read and change the harness it's running on. That's real access, so use it in a folder you don't care about like this one. Here's a small one, so you can watch the whole thing. It's in the pinned comment too, press Ctrl-V. Add a plugin that shows a live clock in the sidebar footer above settings. Press Enter. Now watch this. The second card says Skill. It's reading a built-in guide about writing plugins for itself. Then it inspects its own runtime to find the spot in the sidebar. Then it writes the code. And then it stops and asks. 2 cards, Register Cordis plugin, ready. Run Cordis plugin, awaiting approval. And bottom left, a new panel, Sidebar Live Clock. 3 little icons on that row. A single checkmark allows this version, a double checkmark allows future versions too, and the X says no. Click the single checkmark. Look at the sidebar, bottom left. A clock, ticking, above settings. A feature that didn't exist 2 minutes ago. The tool built it itself. One catch, and it's a big one. Press F5 to reload the page. The clock's gone. The harness still says one plugin running, bottom left, but the code that drew it lived in this browser tab. Asking it to save the plugin doesn't work yet either. I tried, and it searched its own files for minutes without finding the place. Making a plugin permanent is a manual job today. A package on disk, plus a line in the profile config. That's the state of creator mode right now. Impressive for a demo, not ready for daily use. Which brings us to the honest part. Stop, this is important. Before you move your daily work here, the honest part. In your browser, open the GitHub page. It's linked in the description. Read the heading near the top, Developer Preview, and the line under it, Currently in Developer Preview and iterating rapidly. Then, in capitals, there will be compatibility breaking changes. That's DeepSeek's own words on their own page. Now click Releases. Look at the dates. 4 release candidates in 5 days, August 17th to the 21st. The one we installed is 0.1.1, Release Candidate 2, and every single entry is marked pre-release, test builds, before a real release. Here's what that means for you. An update can change the settings file, the plugin format, or the screens you just saw. The plugin we built might need fixing after the next update. Keep it small until things settle. Second, the harness doesn't make the model smarter. Switch to the Board tab. Solid, working, not spectacular. That's Flash. What you gain is control and visibility, not a better brain. Third, back in the Harness tab, look at that input token number again. Every tool result goes back into the model's memory, every turn. On Flash, that's cents. On a bigger model, it adds up fast. So, scratch folder first, keep your main setup where it is, and read the releases page before you update. And that's it. DeepSeek Harness on Windows 11, connected to DeepSeek V4 for cents. A working Kanban board, every step it took, on the record, and 2 modes most people never switch on. If you want more of these, dev and AI tools, set up properly on Windows 11, subscribe. That's what we do here. One question for you. What should we try next with the harness? Claude Code or Codex running inside it, as helpers it hands work to? Local models on your own PC with a llama, or something else? Tell me in the comments. And if you'd rather run this on a free model, watch this one next. Claude Code plus OmniRoute running free on Windows 11. That same custom provider form points straight at it. Thanks for watching.